Greetings. Thank you so much. My name is Primal Sun with the Primal Sun Foundation, and we're speaking on the Primordial Blueprint, and this will be part of our introductory series, basically answering the basics and the fundamental approaches to how we want to receive this teaching and this information and what we have for you and for the world, our offering. So today's question is following up from our last video. Our last video is the Primordial Blueprint. What is it? And today's question is it for men? Is it for women? For who is this teaching? And I apologize about the little bit of background noise if you're picking up on it. So, who is this teaching for? And before I go into the notes, because I love to kind of write down immediately the answer that comes forth, and then I'll share off of that. But this teaching is for everyone. Everyone who's ready to return home, to return to the center, to live a life from their true place, from their true center, from a life of connection and fulfillment and joy with God, with Source within you, with Creator, with creation. This teaching is not for no one, basically. So I want to read what I wrote here. So this is a very relevant question. In short, this blueprint is for everyone because we all share the fundamental principles of this blueprint. The fundamental principles being the elements and the four directions and these primordial energies that allow us to experience life, that make up our bodies. We're all made of the same energies, whether you're a man or a woman or a child or an elder. We're all part of this process of life, and even though an elder has a certain role or a child has a certain role, we all actually get to experience all of those parts. So even if we're a man, predominantly male, we still have a feminine counterpart. And even if we're predominantly female, we still have a masculine counterpart because, well, it's the left and right side of the body, the left and right hemispheres of the brain. There's a duality that we're made up of, which actually is the key to make us whole again, is the two is the one, and the one becomes the two, and that's just the play of the energies of the universe. So moving forward, regardless of our gender, we are all experiencing life and its many lessons. Therefore, anyone can benefit from these teachings. The main thing is that it is for those who have a yearning to experience God within. This blueprint is only showing us the many aspects of creation. It will give us a greater understanding of what is happening on a day-to-day and how to discern what happens or what direction life is approaching us. So I'll read that again. This blueprint will give us a greater understanding of what is happening on a day-to-day and how to discern what direction life is approaching us and how we should approach it. So this is very important. This is key right here. With this understanding that we are not separate from life, we can begin to work along with it and not resist to the changes and what is being asked of us. So what is our next level, our next phase of existence, what we are to step into, what power we are to deliver, what experience we are to experience. We can move into that with full knowing and confidence of the aspect of ourselves that we're meant to learn in this present moment that we may be experiencing. And for example, so it may be time in your life to make a great sacrifice. Let it be time, money, a relationship, but we are afraid, timid to take a leap into the unknown. But by knowing this blueprint, we can see our inner warrior. We can see our inner warrior is being challenged. Is he willing to let go of everything, all of his attachments for a greater outcome? Is he afraid to die? Knowing the warrior, we know he takes an honorable path an honorable sacrifice, willing to die for his king. And we see that in the path of the warrior, just in the stories, in the history, that this warrior is archetype is devoted to his king. He will fight for his king, he will die for his king, he is in full service, and he is in full service to his king, which is actually his goal. So even it's not necessarily serving a king, it's serving your goal. It's moving in a way where you are basically relentless momentum. You're moving through relentless momentum to get to your goal, to get to the to protect your kingdom. So we see that in the warrior archetype, and we're going to go into these archetypes, not in this video, but in upcoming videos. We're going to break down each archetype, and we're going to share its teachings, its techniques, its power, its strength, and all the components necessary for you to really receive this and understand where it is in your life you're being asked of these certain, for example, sacrifices to be made. So if we accept this as a part of us, then we can advance with great humility to what life is asking of us, knowing it will bring us closer to the God or source within. So all of these experiences, what we're experiencing, are actually in our favor in a way. They're trying to bring us closer to self-realization, to God within us, to the deep understanding and the deep trust and the deep loyal commitment to creation, so that we know that whatever our soul's mission and what we are meant to fulfill here in this life, we can move into this next experience with the power and the attributes of these archetypes, discerning what is now and not be afraid of what's to come, because we know how and what technique and power and approach we need to take for this next experience. So this is, again, the primordial blueprint is a map of all your life experiences, basically what we all came to learn, what we all came to experience, because it all comes back down to the fundamental principles of our existence, the fundamental teachers which do not have spaces, but they are spirits, and they are the spirit of the water, the spirit of the fire, spirit of the earth, spirit of the air. They're all the elements that actually teach us and have and manifest. They are the original. After the source, they come, and they are the original which any archetype is from, because even any human being is made up of these elements. So if you see a person that is so graceful and you want to worship them, they're actually taking the full components of the water that graces your body every time you're ready to get cleansed. So this is the understanding, or the understanding, or just the necessary wisdom that we carry in our hearts now to move forward in our life with a greater understanding. So now moving forward, I will say that me as myself, I am predominantly masculine. I'm in a masculine body. And I feel that it is, and it might be easier for a man also in a masculine body to relate to this more fluidly in a way, because these archetypes, although they don't have any genders, they are seen within the male component. So I have a great passion for uplifting men, and these archetypes are for that, although I cannot exclude women from these teachings, because it is up to her or them to decide if they can relate or not. So specifically for men and women, I know these teachings, specifically for men, I know these teachings will make you a better man. It will integrate your own growth and bring you closer to the God within. It will not only make you strong, it'll not only make you a strong leader, but a strong lover as well. Excuse me, the handwriting. As well, and connect you to the earth and to humility, while staying ahead of Maya and attachment. So I'll read that again. Not only will it make you strong leaders and lovers, but it will connect you to the earth and its humility, while staying ahead of Maya, illusion, and attachment. Very powerful. So the archetypes are to teach us how to handle life at any stage, thus preparing you always for the greatest outcome with wisdom and action. With wisdom and action, a great man is born. So these are all the necessary components for you to. What is a great person? What is a great being? What is a God? God is within. What are all these components? They're found within you. And so this blueprint is showing you what creates the complete formula necessary for you to live a life that is springing from inside of you, springing from the middle, from the source. And so with wisdom and action, a great man is born. Through kindness, gentleness, and compassion, we can know our strength. Through prayer and connection, we may reach beyond into the realm of eternal existence and spirit. These are all components. And again, we're going to go deeper. This is just the introduction, answering the questions, who are these teaching for? If you have a yearning to know your spirit, if you have a yearning to know life in a greater, to come out of the smaller details, to come out of the nitpicky and anxious approach of why is this happening to me? I need to get things in order. But now actually seeing the greater blueprint is that everything is in divine order, and this is what's being asked of you. And if you can accept that, then you can move forward in this direction. And when you get what you need from that direction, all you're going to do is bring that back to your center, integrate that into your being, so that you can go back out there for the next mission, so that you can carry this medicine in your heart throughout your whole life, so that you won't be lost, because the heart will be illuminated with the light of God, of the lessons, of the experiences, of the knowledge, of the wisdom, of the action, of the prayer, of the commitment, of the endless, boundless being that you are. You're everything. And so this blueprint is just for anybody who's ready to accept that they're everything, and that their life is asking everything from them, meaning that we all come from all walks of life, but we are all walks of life. We're all the walks of life. We, at some point in our life, especially when you really step into your full embodiment, you're going to experience things that are not of your nature per se. They are the polarity of who you are, who you used to be. But now life is presenting this to you so that you can know that you exist and the other exists. And then when you accept the other, then it's no longer the other. It becomes fully you again. So anything we see as separate, if we learn it, accept it, and integrate it and heal it into our being, then it's no longer other. Then the self and the other just become one. And this is where we meet back in the middle again. This is where we meet back in the center. This is where we fully come alive and fully claim our power and our birthright of what it is that we came here to learn. So this blueprint, man, woman, child, elder, spirit, it is for absolutely everyone. And it is also specifically for my masculine brothers out there pushing through the illusion and the density of the programming that has been instilled in us, so that we can become stronger men, we can become stronger foundations for our families, for our friends, for our community, and for our entire life. And this is also for women, so that they can understand themselves, their partners. There's no one that cannot benefit off of this. This is for absolutely everyone that is here for an awakening, that is here for an expansive, who has a commitment to knowing themselves, and specifically who is not seeking to give their power away to any other form when they are God within, they are God embodied. And it's just about learning that this is the way to our full ultimate self-realization. Thank you so much. I am Primal Sun with the Primal Sun Foundation, speaking on the Primordial Blueprint. If you enjoyed this video, I really, really ask that you engage with us, send us your questions, do the whole YouTube thing, like, share, subscribe, tell someone about this, ask us questions, and continue watching these videos so that you can really feel the deep resonance of Source within you and go and live your life with that knowing. Thank you. Thank you.